So, guys, this is going to be one of those movies where I enjoyed and everyone else hated. So, yes, everybody, this is David, and I am going to be talking about Chappie, the movie directed by Neil Blomkamp. And what can I say about this movie, guys? Yeah, a lot of people are trashing on it, and I feel that, I should say a few good words about it because unlike other people, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't know, maybe my taste is weird, or maybe, I'm not the only one out there. Hopefully there are other people that watch my review that actually think, hey, you know what, David, I agree with you. I think this movie wasn't that bad like the critics are saying. So, what did I like about it? Let's get into this. First of all, I'd say the biggest part about this movie that I really enjoyed is Chappie himself, played by Charlton Copley, who does a really fantastic job. He's always been a great actor in everything he's done, especially in Blomkamp's last couple of films, which was District 9, where he played the main human character in that movie, and he also was the villain in Elysium. And yeah, this movie, I guess he's doing motion capture in this film, as well as the voice, and he does a terrific job, man. You feel for this character all the way through, even through the mistakes that the character is doing. And I gotta say, I love this character. I love seeing how childlike he is, the innocence that this character really has, and you feel for him, and you love him right away, and it was really a lot of fun, I thought. I thought there were a lot of really nice moments with this character. Patel, who plays his maker, is part of this movie, and probably a big part out of all the human characters. There's a couple of other human characters, too, that play a big part in Chappie's life. I'll get to them a little bit later. But yeah, the maker is definitely one that I wish they would have focused on a little bit more. But for the most part, when he is on screen, there is a really great connection there, like a father and son. And yeah, that was one of the relationships I really enjoyed. We also have Hugh Jackman playing the main villain of this movie. And yeah, he does a really good job. I mean, when does Hugh Jackman never do a good job, right? He's always pulling his A game. And it's just great seeing Hugh Jackman play something different for once, playing the villain. And you can clearly see the guy's having a lot of fun playing it. And that makes me more eager for Pan, because he's playing he's playing Blackbeard in that one. So it gets me more excited to see him play those type of roles now, more diverse roles, which I think Hugh Jackman can easily do, especially after you see Prisoners. The man is like a beast when it comes to acting. Sigourney Weaver is in here, but she is very underused. I'm gonna admit that. I was expecting more from her when I saw her. I didn't even know she was in the movies because they never showed her scenes in the trailers. So, but when she was on screen, it was great to see her. She was just there though. She didn't really do much. The two characters that are in this movie, quite a lot though, maybe more than Hugh Jackman and Sigourney Weaver, is these two three of them. There's three druggy characters that hang out with Chappie throughout most of the movie, and they're not really likable characters, especially one of them. One of them they tried to redeem them at the end, and it just didn't make sense to me. It wasn't like redeemable at all because the characters were just douchebags throughout the majority of the film. Except maybe one. I'll give the girl a little bit of a heads up. I think she was okay at times where she did feel like she cared for Chappie and was worried about him and all that. But I felt the other two characters were more like they were using Chappie for their own greed and gratification, and when they try to turn things around and make them try to be good at the end, it didn't work for me because it's like, no, you guys you were using Chappie and now you're trying to redeem. I didn't understand what the writers were trying to do there, and if they were trying to redeem those characters, it did not work at all. Like I said, maybe only the girl character, but other than that, yeah, those characters were probably the weakest part of the movie, and I know a lot of people have been complaining about those characters, and I agree with that part. I don't think it was as bad though as people made them out to be. Like I would defend the female character, even though I agree with the acting. The acting from those actors weren't that great. I felt the female character was actually a little bit more redeemable than the other two. So for the most part, guys, I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and most of it is because of the character of Chappie, and even his maker, too. I'll admit the ending gets a little bit... there's some things at the end that I question a little bit, but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. Not a great film, but a good film overall. And very enjoyable. Yeah, I love the character of Chappie, and I got connected to this character, invested in him and his story. And if you're watching it for that character of Chappie, you'll have a good time. I think there's a lot of nice moments with the character, even when some of the better actors are not involved. I think some of those moments with Chappie are still entertaining. I think there's still some nice scenes, even though you want him to get away from the douchebag characters. He doesn't, and he for some reason wants to stick around with it. It's like seeing someone fall into a bad crowd, and you know that that person could be doing better and should be making better friends, but for some reason he wants to hang out with douchebags who want to ruin his life. And I think that's what they were trying to do with this movie, showing us something like that. And for the most part, it was fine. If I had to recommend this movie, I'd say go and see it, especially if you liked Neil Blomkamp's previous films. It's not District 9 level good, but I'd put it somewhere around Elysium. I thought Elysium was alright too. I think that one got a bad rep more than it should have, even though when I saw it a second time, I'll admit I didn't like it as much the second time around. Maybe this will be the same thing for me. Maybe I love it now, but then when I see it again, it will be like, maybe I'll knock it down to a 6. But right now, I feel like giving it a 7, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, guys, so it's your choice. Go check it out. If you didn't like it, I apologize. Okay, take care.